Hey, what's up everyone? Out there on Twitch and YouTube. What's up Rhythm Kitty and Float both? This is the next part of Deep Elf Conjurer, or greateroneandwon. Should be 15 runes. Right now we have 0 runes. Where have we been? We finished Orc. Looks like we got the 2 easy branches. That's good. I guess we're gonna clear a dungeon next. What do we have for spells? Bolt of Drain. There's Bolt of Cold. Bolt of Cold is... I don't really want to train. I already have Necro Chain, so I have some spell power with that. I could learn Bolt of Cold, but problem is I don't have Amnesia Scrolls. So something really good came along. Sublimation of Blood would be pretty decent though. Yeah, I mean Bolt of Cold works on basically the same things that Bolt of Drain works. Bolt of Cold just has better range. And of course we've got Fireball and Battle Sphere. How are we with spellcasting? Right now we are training spellcasting. I don't have a limit set. Usually go by cost for when to switch. +3, so we kind of need to get, what is our spell hunger looking like? Really? That is unusual. I do have a lot. I do have a lot of food. Wow. Man, that Deep Elfant. Well, I guess the fact that we also don't have any spells that are even level 6. So we're only training this for MP. I think I'm actually going to get on fire. We are getting up there with piety. And let's say... Yeah, we're going with fire because I want to get Firestorm. It's just the easiest way to do... it's the easiest way to do extended. It's not required, but it's just good. Yeah, we have decent EV. Could train more dodging. Would certainly not mind having more fighting, but it's just very costly. So it's usually when with these skills, it's good just to prioritize the lower cost thing that is more useful. You know, sometimes you really do need some skill. I mean, oftentimes it's a skill you don't even have trained because you just picked up something. So it's a pretty easy decision. And I usually train skills one at a time these days. Yeah, jelly are one of the things that have basically resistance to shatter. Insubstantial things also have that. And then flying things do as well. Shatter was changed though so that any intrinsic vulnerability overrides things that would weaken it. Like so a gargoyle flying no longer gets resistance to shatter, but generally flying things take reduced damage. Aside, unless they have some intrinsic weakness, like they're, you know, a flying gargoyle or some kind of flying skeleton. I think skeletons also do. I'm pretty sure they do, just like how they're vulnerable to LRD. I think that also applies. Not that it matters, because skeletons are really easy. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. I wonder if skeletal warriors... Generally, doesn't matter too much. I mean, those are not flying monsters anyhow, and they die really easily. anything that's not insubstantial or flying just tends to die to that spell really fast. But yeah, jellies do have a special lack of or I guess a resistance to it, if you will. Uh-oh. Here we go. We'll get a battle sphere. Oh. This is got rid of him. That's the main concern. Now we're gonna for this guy, we can Centaur Warrior Zombie. They do miss a fair amount. It's dependent on spell power, though. So the better spell power you have, the more accurate those spells are. I do recommend using a Staff of Earth. Try to get enhancers going if you're using those spells. It depends I mean, since you're casting Shatter, you probably have the skill well trained. You probably also have pretty good int, I would assume. So another thing, if you're not using it, is to get a Staff of Earth. If you don't mind, if you're in a robe, try to make it a Robe of Arc Magi, and that's another enhancer on top. Yeah, I always forget nope, that's not the right one. I was doing that my last game too. But yeah. Mind getting anime dead. Very distant. Okay, so since I saw that note that it's very distant, I'm going to go ahead and read. Alright, so there's the entrance to vaults. I recognize that vault. We're not going to disturb that one. I mean, the ice cave, to be honest, we'll have to see about the ice cave. Well, I have fireball. Never mind. I should be okay. What about RC? Okay, so we have this wonderfully named Hat of Time Monsters. Well, you can use a Staff of Energy. Another thing you can do is just eat up a bunch of rations before you go down. I mean, Iron Shot in LCS really shouldn't be that bad of spell hunger. So one thing you can do is Staff of Energy if Shatter's a problem, and then on your swap, put the Staff of Earth. Not only will it give you more accuracy, but actually probably more importantly, it'll give you more damage. Definitely makes a difference. That means more damage means less times you have to fire it. You know, there's step downs with spell power, so although it is a 50% increase in spell power due to the step down, you're not going to get 50%. You're not actually going to get 50% more spell power, and spell power is not linear with damage. Well, that's not true. It's linear with damage, but it's a well, I guess let's see. I actually forget how that goes, how the number gets modified. Is it linear with damage? I'm not actually sure if it is. Oh boy. We got Swift. Go again. Wish I had a weapon trained. Oh wow! Oh, was it a mimic? Because I didn't rest. I wasn't paying attention. was definitely it. It must have been a mimic, because there's no way that I spent that long. Crackling. Portal is a mimic, yeah, right there. Alright, well, I got played. That's alright. I mean, it was, yeah, I just had to check. I was like, holy crap. It's happened to me a few times recently. Well, it's only happened twice. Ah, Francis. Well, as far as I care, she can battle axe. She had a demon weapon. I might be more interested in dealing with her, but it is true. It would not be absent. Although it's actually, I think the glyph for it is, I think the arc in console is uses a floor tile if I'm not mistaken. We're just gonna take more int. Oh, that's why. Death Knight makes sense. Death Knight though, okay. Oh, yeah, you would do that, troll. No, more like console cool player. Anyhow, I mean, I just wanted to see the message, regardless of that. I just, you know, I wanted to actually see it in the message, long as I was looking for it. If you're a king cursed, you should have a much better win rate with your superior tiles. Sure, if we query, it should work actually. Depends, not all of you have mappings. Oh look, Kurz doesn't even have his nick set with Lomlobot. That's figures. Figures. You know, the only thing I really miss about tiles, or the only thing I would like to have, Tiles actually has issues with this too, is seeing reach weapons at a glance, and some statuses are not displayed. The minimap it's cool. It would be maybe neat to have. I'm not sure, you can't really do it in console, to be honest. There's not really any way you could even render it. I mean, map mode is what you can do in console, because you don't have, you know, you cannot change the size of glyphs, so there's no real way to render anything like a minimap. It's neat, it's nice looking, and it's a nice little summary of a level, but I don't really miss it as far as navigation goes, because the map is showing you the actual detail of what you want. I mean, you do have to scroll it, but it's actually what you want to look at, as opposed to like peering at some. For very broad strokes, a minimap is definitely fine, but the map is more than serves the purpose. But yeah, I would say it's certain status effects that are not shown, and reach weapons. Well, what am I gonna do now? What do I want to do with this guy? I don't like the skeletal. I just have to remember, it's been a while since I played this guy, what I want to do with the spell set that I have. Oh yeah, I have Fireball, right. It's loud as hell, but is he still? No, he's not. There we go. So we'll just have to do it that way. Yeah, so I'd like to get Sublimation of Blood. That's a tricky spell. It's a very handy spell, though. really helps you. So that bulk got woken up. Yeah, you could. There's some strange like side benefits to console. There's nothing that you really couldn't do with a fully graphical version, but one of the of an ASCII display, some of the things like terminal customization and font sizes, all that stuff is something that a graphical display could ostensibly support. So this Bolt of Drain is not really going to do better damage than Fireball. If I get a Bolt of Fire, I will definitely be using that because I will have better spell power. I mean, it's just sort of a lot quieter than Fireball, so I don't have to worry about fighting so many things at once. Its range is not quite as good, but with Veh, that's not really too bad of a concern. The fact that it multi-hits is pretty nice. What is MR? MR is pretty good. We're 2 pips. These guys can hit you, I think, with Agony, so you do have to sort of watch out for that. Enchant Armor, Scatter Shot. Sublimation of Meat Chunks. I don't really miss it, to be honest. Like it was like a lot of extra MP, but that UI was such a pain. I hated that. I had to use that a ton when I was doing speed runs, and it was of course it was a godsend for the speed runs because that's just a whole bunch of additional. It was a turn count speed run, so you can't rest. So using Sublim Self wasn't. It's something you could do with regen, but it wasn't all that great. Because you're not supposed to rest. You're losing turns if you do that. But Sublimation of Chunks was awesome. Binding Soul, huh? Someone is streaming this. There's a couple. There's a lot of random streams of it. Pinochet. Another really good crawl streamer. Heck Priest, H-E-C-K, and the word priest. That's Hell Monk, who's developer of the Hellcrawl fork, and he's a really good player. Usually plays pretty carefully, and he's been streaming a few times a week. He's actually had a pretty regular stream schedule. I think that might change, but yeah, he's somebody to check out if you want to, at least if you want a regular. My stream has. I think I've been on a 1.5 to 2 week break since my last one. Wow, that was such an easy. Oh, baby. We got the Swift. I love Swift. Good old Swift. Such a convenient spell sometimes. Oh, hello. So I actually ascended, I think, 3. But yeah, as far as DCSS streams go, I don't know if you know this, but you can follow games on Twitch, and if you do that and look for Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, you'll quite often find somebody streaming. They're like just somebody streaming random. Well, I don't know why I say random, but okay. So this, obviously we don't want to be in a corridor when fighting this guy. Spell power pretty decent with this. Advantages of 32 int on D13. It's our friend the ogre. Is this like the Matrix where there's a glitch? I just saw a gargoyle followed by a two-headed ogre, and then I saw another gargoyle followed by another two-headed ogre. Oh, welcome back, Battlesphere. What the hell? I guess you stepped into a teleport trap. That's funny. But yeah, I ascended, after the Formicid, I ascended 3, that Kosu, Deep Dwarf Monk, and then just today, I think it was this morning, I ascended a Demon Spawn. I have a plan for the next characters I'll be doing. So for this, since the, you know, the stream, like how often I stream can vary, I should be able to stream more like twice a week and hopefully get this character finished pretty soon, as opposed to like once every 1.5 to 2 weeks. Ifrit. Not so scary because I do have RF, but man, if you don't got a lot of, if you can encounter one of those early enough, they can be frightening. Just the near-death experiences I've had with. Yeah, you kind of see how quiet this spell is. I mean, it being quiet is not any big advantage or anything because the. Wow. I feel like we have really good damage with this guy. Just deep elf things, I guess. Ocean of Haste. Always welcome those. Ooh. Oh yeah. Wish you had anything in a shop. Magic mapping, enchant armor. No cloak. Oh, wait, what? The hell? Oh, I couldn't afford it. Scarf of Resistance. Well, the thing is, I already have RF and RC. I think I would prefer. And what else are we missing? Do I have any? Okay. We are also missing boots. Look at this, man. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not a problem, like to have a character that's more melee oriented and doesn't really go for spell power much. But even if it is a character like that, Staff of Earth is very helpful. So if you have one, and usually, quite often by then you can find one. Buying Mundane Cloak. Got 6. Now, it would be nice, I'm sorry, we got 7. It would be nice to get some heavier armor, something like, I mean, ideally like Pearl Dragon scales would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, honestly, a gargoyle that is well built for melee, it sort of just depends on, are you like an AC based? Like, are you in a robe and using just the innate AC, or actually you in armor and you're getting both? Really depends on what kind of. I mean, if you're casting Shatter, you probably are in lighter armor, I guess. But depending on how light it is, you could have a very, very easy time in melee, and it's not necessarily too critical to have the best spell power. It can be kind of nice. Yeah, so that's fairly light, but again with the added AC, you're probably fairly tanky. I don't know what your actual AC was. What do I want? Oh right. So I think I looked for scales, but yeah, there's nothing yet. Anything I haven't done yet? Grinder. Oh. Maybe we'll find something on the way down. Did I take different? Yes, I did. Oh, this is a whole other like section to this level. Probably should have reused the stairs I already took, because I could have had Conjure Ball Lightning. That's not what I want. I'm really interested in training up air. That is pretty much like the supreme level 6 AoE spell. I don't think there's any aura. I don't like to use that spell without aura. Oh, Staff of Air, that's cool. Oh, hey, speaking of all the staves. Oh, what's my... Okay, that's a lot of staves. Don't really need Staff of Death or Earth, though. Do I have... I have it... How do I have it? Oh, the hat. Yeah. Well, I definitely don't need Staff of Earth. 56 AC, so it's like you're not exactly like desperate for using Iron Shot if you've got Wormbane. Might be convenient to use some of those spells on versus certain monsters that are like high AC, I guess, but Fire Mulligan. Well, so we're doing it this way. Hello, fellow spellcaster. Hey, there's our amnesia scroll. What would we want to amnesia? Good exploration. Another phantom mirror. There we go, there's that Sublime. A little bit of a cost to our HP, but it can be very convenient when used correctly. Aw, I didn't want any of this stuff. This is not stuff that I wanted. Well, that's the end of that. You would. You would. There's our Fire 14.